Yeah, so you're at that new it's like kind of like a new big gym there, BANGTAO
Yep.
Muay Thai.
hmm
Um yeah, how did you get hooked up with those guys?
So there are a few people from Australia that go to Bangtao, like a lot of MMA fighters mostly, because it is mostly an MMA gym. And my original thought was I'm going to come to Bangtao because I eventually want to get into some MMA. And I was just going to come here for a few months, try the wrestling out, and then I was going to go off to Bangkok and train up there for like the real hard Muay Thai. But then after a little bit of time here, they got they've got very high level guys here. Like Sam A moved here, like basically same time as me, and everyone knows Sam A is one of the greatest Muay Thai fighters of all time. They got Savas Michael, who he's awesome to be around. He's like an older brother to me now because he knows I'm staying out here a long time, and he's been in the same situation with me. Like he moved to Thailand when he was like 16 years old, and he's been here for 7 years now. So once I found out like how good the Muay Thai was here, and like they know if I stay for a long time, they're going to put a lot more time and attention into me. So I've definitely got a good relationship with all the coaches now, the Thai trainers and the wrestling coaches, George and Frank Hickman. So yeah, it's just a good vibe here. And if they know you're staying a long time and they see that you want it, you put in the effort, you're not just here to fuck around, like they'll drill you hard and they'll put a lot of time and effort into you. And I'm definitely growing leaps and bounds because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the vlogs, and when I was watching your vlogs, I stumbled across the like daily vlogs that those guys were doing, or the
Mm,
people of Bangtao, and man, like I'm way too old to be fighting, but keep myself really fit. I'm always running. I
mm,
do a bit of coaching, Thai boxing coaching. I've got a good little gym at home, but
mm,
I watch you guys training. I'm like, oh man, I just love to be out there training. It makes me jealous. You got guys
mm.
like Brad Riddell coaching the kickboxing class, like any
Mhm.
other UFC guys out there?
Most of the UFC guys, they come and go. Like when I was here, Wei Li Zhang, the Chinese girl, she was here for maybe 6 weeks. Then Yuri Prohaska ended up coming him. He's huge. He's a big dude, so I didn't want to get any rounds in with him because he'd probably knock my head in. But yeah, you got Rafael Fiziev come through, Meatball Molly and one of her friends, they just come through. So it's constantly just seeing these people just roll through. Sergio Pettis came through. I got good rounds in with Sergio, kickboxing rounds. So yeah, it's just a plethora of people. Kelvin Gastelum also, he just came through. So you're always like around these guys, and it almost makes it normal that you're around these guys, and it
Yeah.
makes it like not
Yep.
such a big deal that like, oh, this person's in the UFC, and then like there's so like you walk into a room, there's 10 UFC guys, and it's like, oh, this is normal. Like this is so much. Not that it's easier to attain, but it's more realistic than like back home where there's no UFC fighters or there's one UFC fighter in the gym. You know what I mean?
What do you like when you're watching them train? Like, what's their work ethic like? They train really hard, or are they using their brain a bit more and like sort of just thinking about what they're doing? Like,
Bit
yeah,
of both. Like Yuri is probably the most crazy person I've ever seen train. I remember getting to the gym one time at 7:30 a.m. before the kickboxing class. Yuri was training, and then I got done at 11:30 when I finished my jiu-jitsu. Yuri was still training, and then I leave the gym. I have a feed. I have a sleep. I come back at 3:30 to hit the air bike before training. Yuri's doing some weights and he's still training, and then he spars, and then after sparring, he's still doing drills. So he could have been in the gym all day, like I wouldn't be surprised
wow.
if he didn't eat that day or like I don't know, but yeah, some of these guys have crazy work ethics and it just shows like that's what it takes to be champion. Yuri's obviously a specimen and he's like a little bit he's a little bit crazy to the work, which you kind of got to be
Yeah.
if you are a world champion or if you're at that high level. But yeah, there are guys like Yuri that'll just train the house down. There are guys like Brad, he's just super technical with everything and he'll coach and I know that he said he's retired, but I've got a strong feeling that he's going to come back and have, either whether it be Muay Thai or MMA, like he's going to have some more fights. He's just loves it too much, and he's so smart with how he breaks everything down. I actually stayed away from his kickboxing class for a few months just because I wanted to really do the Muay Thai, but that was definitely a mistake. I should have been doing that earlier because now just everything's getting like tightening up. My boxing's getting better. I'm getting better at fighting the Thai style because I'm like not trying to match a Thai style with Thai style. I can switch to a kickboxing style if I need to,
Yeah.
then switch back to a style. You know what I mean? So Brad's a smart dude when it comes to that. But yeah, it's a mix of both, and it's completely preference. But obviously, they all do have strong work ethic. Sorry, they all have strong work ethics. They're in here at least twice a day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it
Just
changes person to person though.
just what